order this meeting with a roll call starting from my left.
Councilwoman Diane Howard.
Councilman Darrell Honoré.
Mayor Reynolds.
Councilmember Amelia Inman.
Councilmember Vanessa Wynn.
Thank you so much. At this time, would you please silence your phones and we will prepare for a moment of silence. All right, and breathe. All right, thank you so much. At this time, council, we're ready for the approval of the agenda tonight. Your agenda will be found on your email.
I'm gonna look for my phone. All right, I would like to approve the agenda for today's council meeting. Is there anything else that needs to be added to that?
A second.
All right, is there any discussion? Anything else need to be added? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, ayes have it. Thank you so much. Any public comments tonight? All right, we're going to proceed to, there's no public hearings, of course. All right, any old business? No.
Oh, I thought we were having a public hearing.
For who?
Kanye Street.
It was postponed because we had issues with the way that it's advertised. We had to re-advertise, which pushed out a little bit. So we will have a public hearing on it.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. Does he know that? He called me. He called me. So I don't know.
I know Bill's been talking with him.
Okay.
I will reach out to him this morning and make sure he's aware of everything. I didn't know that he should be.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
All right,
Yeah, we having a problem.
having a problem. What's the problem?
He can't get in his, I can't get in mine. It says
Okay,
my email not working and it is the correct email. I mean, the password.
okay.
So we don't have a.
All right, I need a printed agenda for Councilwoman Howard and Honoré. We're having technical difficulties up here. Just do 3 of them. Mm-hmm.
You able to get in, Amelia?
I was on my phone, but I'm downloading it. Had to re-download the app, Outlook. So maybe that's what you have to do.
So
Mine's
you
mine's
deleted it
Ace.
and then we.
No, it just for some reason it didn't all the way download from the last time.
Right, because mine only go up to the 318 and stop.
Mine's too.
I just sent you a text with the agenda.
Okay. You got it right.
You got it?
Yeah, I was trying to open up on my
All right. At this time, Discovering More to Life organization, they are not prepared. They will come to the next work session. It was just a nonprofit that wanted to introduce themselves to you all. Moving forward, we're going to wait for our city clerk to come back for the first read of that bond ordinance. And Chief will follow. And Chief will follow again. And just for time's sake, right now, I know we have mayor's report, but council, is it okay that I go ahead and do 2 appointments in the midst of waiting? If I can do that, please. Thank you. All right. So long story short, this is supposed to be in the mayor's report, but Lithonia Downtown Development Authority has 2 persons that have resigned. That will be Don Massey, and the other is Miss Trina. Her last name Gibbs. Is that right? Okay. So 2 of those will be resigning. So I wanted to replace those 2 with 2 gentlemen that is here today. Could you stand up, Mr. Kelvin Shepard and Mr. Doug Tompkins? I think you all know these 2 people, and I feel like they will be a great asset to the city. They have already proven that they're an asset to the city, and I want them to be in those seats. Kelvin Shepard will replace Don Massey. Doug Tompkins will replace Miss Trina Gibbs, and they will serve immediately. Their terms will be starting the second is always the second Tuesday of the month. So they will be placing their seats next week. So I wanted to publicly appoint them today. And I will get with the city clerk to find out if we need to get something signed, all that kind of stuff. But I wanted to make sure that you all could proceed with helping the city of Lithonia like you always do. Okay? So I won't hold you long. Thank you for showing up for me. All right. Congratulations. Thank you. All right.
Congratulations.
All right. We are going to proceed to the first read. City Clerk, you ready for the first read? Okay.
Good evening, Mayor and Council.
Good evening.
I am coming before you all with the bond ordinance because you guys have approved for the city to accept the bond in a total of 2.13 million. There's an ordinance that needs to be passed that's associated with it so that remains on the books for the city. This is just the first read. Your second read will be on the 15th. We will then vote and approve. Okay?
Yes.
Okay. The bond ordinance authorizing the issuance of $2,130,000 in the principal amount of Lithonia, Georgia General Obligation Sales Tax Bond, Series 2024, adopting a form of the bond, authorizing the execution of the bond, establishing the date and rate of interest for the bond, levying an annual ad valorem tax on the taxable property within Lithonia, Georgia, sufficient to pay the principal amount of interest on the bond as the same become due, authorizing the sale of the bond to Regions Equipment Finance Corporation and for other related purposes. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. All right, council, that was the first reading. And we'll have a second with the next April 15th. Okay, got it. All right. Let's proceed over to Public Works Equipment, our chief. And city manager has that report for us, what's needed.
Hello.
Good evening.
Y'all don't have this in front of you, but there are some quotes. Well, let me back up. So the we do have one lawnmower that constantly keeps going down. So I kept asking Munson, why are we constantly buying parts for this lawnmower? We'll come to find out the lawnmower is 20 years old.
Wow.
It's a 2004 Husqvarna lawnmower. Both of the Husqvarnas are 20 years old. So, being that we do have stormwater fund, we kind of looked out and we're trying to shop around and see what it would cost to replace both lawnmowers, being that it's about to get grass cutting season. And I feel like we're constantly fixing these. We do have our public works guy. He's constantly having to work on it, which is taking him away from even cutting grass or doing anything else. Luckily, we have him. So there are quotes, one from John Deere Ag Pro, which is who we got the last lawnmower from. That's where we got the one John Deere from. That quote for two lawnmowers, one being similar to the one we have, the other one being a little bit wider, which is a 72-inch deck. The one we have now is a 60-inch. The other one would be a 72 that would help cut the fields, Lithonia Park field, as well as the cemeteries. That quote is $27,257.88. And then we got another quote from Snapper Pro. Same thing, a 60-inch and a 72, exact same type of lawnmowers. I think it's possibly just a different make. $23,999, so $24,000. So about $3,000 cheaper.
Same exact lawnmower?
It's not the same exact. I think it's just a different brand. Hold on, let me see if it gives me the brand. Matter of fact, I can tell you if it gives me the model number. Z950. Yeah, so it's just a different brand. It's not a John
What
Deere.
are two brands? John Deere?
John Deere is the one from Ag Pro. That's like the one we have now. We don't ever have no issues with it. It has those airless tires. That way we're not constantly having. That's one problem we keep having is we're buying tires for it over and over because it pops the tire or whatever. But the airless tire, like the one they have now, it just springs down. It don't have no air. It gets a nail in it. It gets a nail in it. You pull it out and it keeps going.
Just solid.
Well, it's not even
rubber?
solid. It's called airless. You can see through the tire. Oh.
John Deere, and what's the other ones?
The other one, I don't know the brand. It just says CZT 72X,
And John Deere is 27,000,
27,000.
and the no name is
24,000.
24.
Yes, ma'am. I spoke to Lashley, which is right here, to try to get another quote from them. That was 2 weeks ago. Still haven't received nothing.
What's the last one? The one that's 12,000. Are those used?
So these ones, it's the quote. It's just each individual. If you look at this one, oh wait, no, that is the other one, Cowan. So this is the third quote he got me. So the third quote is $25,100. That's another one. I don't see the name of it.
Is that
But I see
on
12,000.
term or it's just one big payment?
It's two different. It's two.
Oh, you're putting them together.
Yeah,
Okay.
because it's the same. It's the same. One.
Gotcha.
Say that again.
Is it on term or is one big payment?
It's one payment. Just how we said when we bought the last one.
I think Munson said he talked to you about the little rapid response vehicle.
I actually,
You working on
yeah, I talked to them about that too. I'm kind of working on that to see if there's a way we can do a whole one for the city where it would be when we have city events, anything involving police department, city hall, public works.
Yeah.
Because it wouldn't get used that much that I think everybody could use it. It's just finding the one that's outfitted correctly.
Yeah, okay, I like that.
Because you got ones that have the big dump beds, little dump beds, 4-seater, 2-seater, all that.
Yeah.
So I spoke to Ag Pro about it when we were down there just to see what they had.
What they look like.
But yeah, so I mean the lawnmowers are old, 20 years old. They're going to be cutting a lot. The one that I know has been worked on has already broke down twice, and it's only been like 2 weeks. So,
Are you looking for our, is it for decision? Yeah. So what do you recommend? John Deere?
I like the John Deere just because we don't have to worry about the tires.
And it's no warranty I saw on there, right?
The John Deere does, well, they have what they call, Deere something. There's a warranty. They have a whole department. I think it's 3 years.
Oh, okay. They said adding up to 4 years of repair coverage under the residential plan.
That's under resident work.
We're commercial.
Yeah.
What am I looking at? Okay.
Yes, that's just a declined residential plan.
Gotcha. Okay. I mean, John Deere is known, so, if you guys want me to make a motion, I can. Okay. Is that for the 27 or the 20?
Yes, ma'am. The 27, 257 is for Ag Pro.
Okay. I would like to make a motion to approve the AdCrow John Deere equipment for $27,257.88.
All right, thank you. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, ayes have it. Thank you so much. All right, next up will be City Hall renovations.
There's no, well, there can be a decision on this, but I did want to bring this up. I know we talked about the City Hall renovations, and after thinking about it when I left, we were talking about tile, we were talking about laminate flooring, all that. My fear is if it's raining, somebody comes in the front door and they just so happen to don't dry off their feet very good and they slip and fall. Even if we have mats, it's still something we'll have to deal with. So I definitely wanted to bring that up, just to think about, because I definitely know even with us redoing these front walkways, that was one issue that we had was they get a little slippery sometimes when it's raining. So
Are we talking about laminate or LVT?
either one, if it's anything other than carpet. I know, it's just I understand, but it's one of those things I definitely want to bring to the forefront just to, I mean, let's be real. We're a city. The minute somebody walks in here with wet shoes, wet anything, or if it's pouring down rain and we have a lot of trash in and out and we don't have somebody there right there mopping, we don't have a full-time janitor to sit there and monitor it.
I agree, but have you been over to Stonecrest?
I've been, I just can't say that I've actually looked at their floor. boy.
I think it's, they'll be
I've been over there.
Have you-
It's,
we
I've
haven't
been
done-
there. I can't.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
We're at the new
I
city
don't even know
hall,
what's
right?
down there.
Well, and they've done renovation. Upstairs though, it's still carpet and paint, and like the, I guess you could say staff areas, where the public enters, it is tile or the laminate material. It does get slippery, they do put out signs, but where they come in to do like business, like a building permit, that's all, tile and laminate.
I thought I didn't remember walking on. I went this one time.
But I'm just bringing it as a discussion.
Yeah.
I mean, either way, we can still go back and get the quotes for the laminate and whatnot. It's just, I don't,
Oh, let's give it a try. No problem.
Y'all don't like carpet?
no. It'll just be
We
honest.
don't, but I mean, there are some pretty designs that we can get, it doesn't.
yeah, they're
we
gonna
can even get a
bring
design that look like
a
wood.
carpet book. They're gonna bring a whole book for everybody to look at. And
Yeah.
I'm not a big carpet fan either.
It holds smells and
Yeah, but
It
I
don't
know,
smell
it don't smell, but I'm just saying, like,
I'm also a big, not have to deal with the headaches for no reason.
Yeah, that's true.
I
You
get
make a
it.
point right there.
Because
Whatever y'all say.
all of us have been here when we've been down the road of litigation.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, okay, I get it. But it would have added so much like
Oh, I'm
modernization to this whole building, like,
Yeah.
you know?
Mhm.
And I don't know if there's an option to do like, what'd you say?
He would know.
Sections. Exactly. Mhm.
He would know if there's a non-slick option. That's all he does is.
I would look at the different carpets and see, because there might be something that we really can work with. Designs, we could have, one of those nice circles in the middle.
Oh yeah, you remember the nice circle? When he was mayor, he had
The mosaic.
this
something like a
big
mosaic.
old seal in the middle of the floor.
That's
Nice.
right.
Oh,
Oh,
what
yeah, we did.
happened?
It was in another building.
Tore down the building.
Okay, I'm like, what?
Yeah, it could be
So-
like that.
All right, that's fine. I'll get them to be at the next meeting with some samples, and then we can kind of go from there as well. I just want to definitely bring that up because I don't want to deal with
I get it.
person slipping.
No.
Yeah.
You know that, especially when you bring them
On top
in,
of things,
Mhm.
yeah.
bring them to court.
All right.
All right. Have you all noticed the lights on the top? Those are new, aren't they?
Mhm.
Yeah, I passed by. It was real nice. You can
Yeah.
really see the
Outside.
building. Mm-hmm. It's real
Bring
nice.
back.
It's,
They
so
all
all
over.
the can lights on the outside are done, and then the top four spotlights are done.
It's nice.
They're all LED. So.
You change colors? Oh, sometimes you can do
So you want them to table that,
like pink.
For the next- the renovation? The next one.
You need to make a motion for that?
Yes, you can, defer the decision.
Oh, okay, I'll make a motion to defer the decision for City Hall renovations till our next work session.
All right, is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? All right, ayes have it. Thank you. All right, we are down to updates and reports. Police Department.
Police department, we had Bruce Street Day yesterday, went very well. She's not in here. Jasmine had helped out with painting faces. Did.
Thank you, Jasmine.
Her and Officer Camp, I wish Camp was in here because I would tell you she really.
She
tried to
did
go-
a good job.
She took it upon herself to do the Easter egg hunt. She really, that's what she really wanted to do that. So she recruited Jasmine over here to help paint faces. So they did a wonderful job.
They did a great job.
Other than that, I don't think we have anything else. We did have a burglary that happened last Thursday or Wednesday. We caught both subjects and ended up closing the case. They broke into the Napa as well the night before. We helped the cab with that. So
You said a Napa? What's that?
Auto
Napa,
park.
Auto parts store.
Oh, down
At
the street.
Covington
Okay,
LIB.
gotcha.
So solve that and close that.
Good.
Other than that, that's all we got. Our other two cars should be here like in the next couple days.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
Oh my gosh.
What's wrong?
Cities Week, it's not on the
Oh,
agenda
yeah.
at all.
Wow.
I just realized that.
Jeez.
I will do the mayor's
What,
report.
what day is it?
I'll put it in mayor's report.
Okay.
Okay.
What day is it?
Oh, that's so sad.
We already know what we're doing, I think. Don't we?
I mean, we have a general
Bingo.
idea, I guess.
We went over it briefly.
Yeah.
I think the list is growing. We talked about it.
Oh,
Oh, it's
Did
okay.
you want to do a special meeting for this, or do you just want a consensus meeting?
Consensus. Yeah.
We're a little committee or something.
We are the committee.
yeah, basically.
Mhm.
Meet and do
And our chair is sitting right there.
it. To that. What we doing?
All right. City administrator report.
City Administrator Report, you guys have your confirmations for your hotels for GMA Savannah trip. I think everybody got some classes booked some way, somehow. That actually went a little bit easier than what I've heard some other people do,
Mhm.
which I'm happy for. Most of my other stuff is going to be an executive session for real estate. Do want to give you guys some information. There's a lot of growth coming,
Mhm.
a lot.
Great.
A lot of good growth. We'll go over it in the executive session, but I had 5 back-to-back meetings Friday with developers, business people, and people trying to come to the city. So that'll be really good. To go along with that, also begin thinking about millage rate. It's April already. Try to have, and budget. But millage rate, just begin thinking about that. That'll be coming up soon. As soon as I get it from the county, we'll start on it. And then I know how that goes. May and June, meeting.
Mhm.
Other than that, I do know we wanted to talk about the park application. Ms. Renee has 2 people that are wanting to possibly rent and pay for the park in the back. There's some things on the application we just wanted to clarify real fast.
Did you have just to clarify, the council has a consensus. The rental for the park is per field and it's $750, right?
Correct.
What else did you have?
Just to done, right?
Dusted on, yes.
Which is
For
technically
4
what
hours.
Yeah. For 4 hours? Is
Yes,
it 4 hours only for $750?
yes.
Excuse me.
That's not the whole part.
Good evening. How you all doing this evening?
Mhm.
Good.
Went over that
Good. I
again.
promise to be brief.
Right.
Okay,
I know
but
it's-
we do have some potential money that I do not want us to leave on the table because as we know, last year, the park was not utilized. So I want to make sure that we're able to have a seamless process in place in order to help us facilitate with that business, okay? I did speak with Miss Ashley and she's going to, we're going to revisit the form and make it one fillable so that people are not having to say, oh, I couldn't access the form, I couldn't download it, I couldn't do this. So we want to make it, of course, a bit easier for them. The current application does identify that there's a $200 rental fee, and we know that it's $750 per field. That is what
For 4 hours.
okay, so it's for 4 hours. And then thereafter,
What is it, $100, $200 an hour, something like that?
See, this is where I get mixed up.
We keep going over this
Additional
every
hours
time.
After they go over the 4 hours.
And we
Yeah, I mean, we
don't-
went
I thought we
over
put
all
that
this
up
already. We
somewhere.
got it written down in a
we
minute.
did,
So we're
but
Doing
it was never, well,
It
for
was.
one,
Application doesn't seem to reflect whatever was put in the minutes.
correct.
So now there's a disconnect. I want to get us all on the same page. I'm going to be responsible for updating the application first thing in the morning so that Ms. Renee can now use it to utilize them both without having to come back to you guys and bug out about it.
So we do have minutes of the meeting that we decided on this.
Yes, I've heard that there are minutes. Does anyone have a date for said minutes? Because we got a lot of minutes, so I don't know where it's going. Maybe a
I
year.
would say
It would have been
What's
March or
comfortable?
April of last year,
March or April 2022.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
2023.
2023.
I would, last year, yeah. Because what I would say is that I do remember the $100 or $200. We were talking at that point in time quite a bit about the sporting events, because I remember I had said perhaps it can be something that we could do electronically if they were there. And I remember that fee being $100 per hour.
For the
Beyond, for cricket, yes. If they went over the allotted time, that they would be assessed $100. What I would like for us to do is to identify something that is seamless. I don't know if you would just rather say that your fields are 1,000 per field and be done, and not necessarily identify per hour, because if you say $750 per field, and then after the 4 hours, it's $100, and then we're just continuing to, I don't want to use the term nickel and dime, but we're continuing to assess, which means someone has to be responsible for that assessment, which would be me.
Yeah.
So at the end of that particular event, it would be at my charge to ensure that the money was collected. I'm of the opinion, when we're looking at rental obligations, that you all get your rental fee first. And then if there are other fees that we have to consider, those fees can come. But I just think that your rent should be paid. And with respect to the application, the rent should just be paid. If you are going to utilize the park and the rent, and we identify that it is $2,000 or $1,000 per whatever, when they do their application, the rent is paid.
Right, because the other way, we'll have to see if they're gonna go over and then collect and that type of
Well,
thing.
Well, if you have a
and
credit
al-
card on file, you know.
Well, and also, and I get that, and we also know that sometimes people will charge back. I'm not always a big proponent of credit cards, unfortunately, because I've been burned by that personally in business, as we all probably have.
I feel you're building up to this same thing that we denied years ago, but go ahead.
What I'm just going
Just
to
somebody
say,
renting the park all day and night for one price, and just holding the city hostage.
Well, that would have been
That
my
was the
next
problem.
question, not all day and night, but from what time?
no, I
Y'all
was
said
what
dusk
time?
to dawn, right?
That's
Yeah, I was-
it's a lot of time.
Yeah, can we, because this is my question last time. I know we mentioned dusk to dawn, but can we like
That's
specify
the
the
park
hours?
closed. That's the
The hours.
closing
The
part.
hours, because dusk to dawn changes, I mean, we
That's what I'm
changed the
saying.
clock.
So can we
Dusk changed to
specify?
8 o'clock.
So we can,
You know,
you can put in the hourly specification, if you guys want to say, like the dusk to dawn, you feel like that's too much, then say, hey, from 10 to 4. or 10 to 5, or 11 to
No,
6.
I'm saying the park is open from dusk to dawn for
Mhm.
the public. But the people that want to rent it, they want to run it from dusk to dawn. So that's
Well,
where
Put
the
a time
problem.
limit on it.
What
So
about
music-
8 hours?
8 to 10.
Music for 8 hours straight, for 2 weekends. I mean, it's just ridiculous. So I know it's coming up again, but we do this every year, and we have the same complaints from the citizens.
This,
I know you're not an elected official, so you don't get what we get.
this is
I
what
probably get
this-
worse.
this is what you
I
all
get
need to figure out something. Y'all need to figure out something. Do you want to rent the park or do you want it to sit? Which one?
Rent.
For good things.
You want to rent the park or do you
want?
want to just let it sit?
Yeah, of course, I'm up for the city making money, so I want to rent it, but I'm just trying to specify the hours. Once we have that specified, because I thought when we said dusk to dawn, that was for everything, the
Mhm.
park and the that was my understanding.
Mhm.
So if we don't specify a time and keep it direct and straight, it's gonna keep going back and forth. So,
Okay, so when you see, just give me an example. Say you had an event for your business, right? You rented the park. You got to set up, right? Okay, that's morning, right? Nobody don't want to set up in the afternoon. That's too hot.
right.
So think about that. 8 o'clock in the morning, they're gonna be out there setting up. Sometimes 7:30, 7 o'clock. Okay, the event may not kick off till afternoon.
That's what I'm saying.
But
They
they-
can't
Let me
have it.
keep going. Let me keep going. So if it's kicking off in the afternoon, 12, 1 o'clock, people start coming out 2 o'clock, whatever. They're gonna do whatever they gotta do, whatever event it is, until probably 8 o'clock, 7, 8 o'clock. Then they got to break it down. They may not get out of there till like 11, 12. it's not that they're trying to hold us hostage, but when you do an event, you want it to be successful. So that's why I'm trying to figure out, you all gonna have to determine if you want to actually rent this park and make profit from it, or do you want it to just sit?
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
This is repeat. We like going back to our same vomit every time.
I got you.
You keep coming up with the same thing. We said they could rent the park 4 hours at a time. They could pay for extra. They could pay for the thing. So they don't run all over, set up and all that. I mean, every time they get there, of course they're going to start whatever it is and just play music, have fun till then the next time start. We don't know when it ends because it's still breaking it down. So we said 4 hours a piece. If they need 8 hours, they pay for it twice. That, I mean, it's making money. So why should we give up something? So if they think they need 4 more hours, like your concerts don't last that long, or take
We
that
go
long
into
to break
10.
up, right?
If I can just
So why we have
interject just
to
for a
expand
moment.
for 8 hours for some one event?
So if I can just interject for a moment, please.
Yes.
So
I'm
I'm
trying
not,
to make money. I'm trying to make money.
No, I was thinking about what is being said. I understand what you're saying. I agree. But if they're only going to do it for a weekend or 2 weekends, why not just have why not use it $750? Okay. Why not go up to maybe like 1,500 or something less? If they don't use it, then we don't have to go about like 200. If they don't use it, just take whatever is left off from there.
Y'all making it
Can I-
difficult.
That's the same thing, but in reverse.
Can I
Well,
say
okay,
this,
but see,
Ashley?
they-
Ashley, can you find those minutes and come back to us? Can we talk about that? Because we just re-voting on craziness over and over, but we made a decision, and it was a good decision. So now we alternate stuff.
I can find the
Is
minutes.
the problem with your finding is the fact that you may already have something that's waiting to go?
We have
That's
two
probably what it
events
is.
for people that want to pay and proceed with the park.
What's the date for those?
one date is the June 16th date that we've already talked about with respect to Mike and Sparkle.
Gotcha.
And the next date is that Sunday for Labor Day weekend. Now, and there's some other dates that are in between that we've not been able to solidify. The only thing that I really want to try and solidify is, of course, the application. I can't even, when people say I have an interest in renting the park, I can't even say, let me get your information because our application is not complete. And until the application is complete, we're in a holding pattern.
Okay.
I wanted to also just go back to, I know that there's been quite a bit of conversation as it relates to the noise in the park. As I've said just a moment ago, last year, the park was not utilized at all. And we are looking at what I identify as in a rearview mirror, which that's your history on the basis of how things have run. So I have to take that historical value that is shared with me and identify it is then my charge to ensure in moving forward that we are in a position to have information in place so that we in turn encompass all of the concerns with all of the stakeholders. And if we continue to just go back and forth as Councilman Honore has identified, we're still in a holding pattern and nothing is moving forward.
Can I say something?
Yes.
We decided on all this. You're just bringing it up and causing.
She's
I'm
not
not
causing.
usually.
No. She's not causing
Well, let's
anything.
find the minutes.
First
and
of
go
all,
through it.
Councilman Honore,
Even the
listen for a
application.
second. Listen.
Okay.
She has a application she can't even give to anybody.
Well, I don't know what happened. We went over.
That's
the
why we
application.
having this conversation now, so she will know
We
what
did-
needs to be changed, what need to be
I thought we
added.
did all that.
It's not done.
No, it's not.
It's not done.
I don't-
No.
Oh, well, so all right. What's going on
So
with the
that-
application?
I'm sorry, I'm not in charge of the application.
So I mean, what's happening that's confusing?
So as of right now, the application says that it's only 200 per field. That's just the first thing that Blair needs.
Well, we did change that.
That has been
part.
changed to
To
750.
750.
So that's why we're saying this application is not accurate. It doesn't even depict
Oh,
what the
I thought we
basics
did
of what was discussed
Mhm.
back last year.
Okay, let's
So I'm
identify
just
the hours. So,
Yes,
so
yes.
our hours that we want to operate
Yes.
would be, I know it's cutoff time is 8 o'clock, is
It's
that
dusk
correct?
till dawn because that's the park operation. So whatever hours has to operate between dusk and dawn. whatever
No, I think we
hours
said an
in
hour.
between those two, y'all want to do.
No, we
So
said an hour
does
for the
that-
music. We said it.
Okay.
So we're gonna turn off the music at dusk? Is that what we agreed to, guys?
So going back to what Andre is saying, everything, even about the hours, I do recall we talked about it. The question is, was it dusk to done for the park and the rental? That's the question. And I was saying, if you can't find the minutes, we still need to determine and specify directly what those hours are.
Yeah,
You
because I
know-
mean, we can do that now regardless of what it said before. We could make a correction or update
Right
today.
now.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right,
Right.
so that she can move forward,
Yeah.
Ms. Renee can move forward. So, I mean, it wouldn't
Yeah.
hurt. So that's why I was trying to,
So what's the ask?
to open up the,
This wasn't an ask initially. It was for us just to review the application and for me to clarify what you guys discussed before. It doesn't look like we're clear on what was discussed before.
because we don't
100%,
remember.
Because we don't.
Because it was so many
it was
things
so
going
many
back and
things
forth, back and forth. Yeah.
So this was just to try and get us to get some clear, quick answers so that I can update the application for Ms. Renee. But it doesn't look like that process is gonna be as smooth.
It could be.
I think when we find the minutes, it's smooth. You'll figure it.
I mean, we the
did
same
all
people.
this.
Why
But then we
can't
gotta
make a
come back to
decision?
another meeting next week, right?
We're the same
Special
people that
call
make
meeting?
those decisions.
So what music festival you want to add? That's what it's all coming down to.
April 15th.
To put
No,
the
let's
same
get
stuff.
the hours. So are we gonna go with Dustin?
Why you say a music festival? Hold on. Why you say a music
Well,
festival?
I know it's going to be the same stuff that we fought against for all this time.
You gonna have to let go. You know that?
I'm not, because
You
you know
gonna have to
what,
let
we
go.
keep coming and
We gonna pray.
regurgitating
Let me put my hand.
over the same stuff. And you know they're going
You
to
gonna
call
have
you
to-
mayor.
You gonna have to let.
So-
You gonna have to
so
let that go.
Let's
Councilman-
go.
So
Let go and let God.
Go
Okay.
ahead. All right.
So just one of the things that I want to say
Go
is
ahead.
that I've been trying to impress is that we did not use the park at all last year. So you've never given me an opportunity to show you how it could be different. The same thing we had with respect to the amphitheater. We had some of the same complaints about different things, and whenever I could manage it, I did. We put those safeguards in there to try and minimize it. So with that, and that's why I'm saying I understand the history of it, but we can't move forward with any event. And there's some events that I wouldn't even bring to you because when they talk to me, if it's somebody who's new, some of those safeguards that I try to put in place on the basis of trying to do what's in the best interest of the city, if they've never worked with the city before, they have to have 3 letters of reference from previous entities that they've worked as far as events, so that I can have an opportunity to talk to them, understand why are you wanting to move to the amphitheater? What may have been some things that may have happened, that may have been some discrepancies that they didn't have any control over, to even see if it's something that we can handle. And if we can't handle it, there's no sense in even trying to say complete the application. I would just like us to be in a position as with respect to Mikey Sparkle, who is going to utilize the park in June. I just want his application to be complete. This was never to have us, as it was identified, to vomit anything, or we just need to be
Mhm.
right. He said vomit. So I said, as was
Return to
stated.
the
Colorful
vibe.
wording.
Exactly.
So, this is what I would like to do. I would like to get some more information from Renee and find out what points of the application that she would like to see some additional changes to. After we have readily identified those, and she's already pointed out a couple, I will send you all an email. Get you guys to give a once over and provide me any feedback that you have based on what we have come up with. And then, I'm actually gonna lean towards the mayor as the CEO of the city to give her final stamp as to
So we
whether or
can't
not
vote
we
on
can.
whatever you're
She
discussing on
received-
an email.
That's correct. You cannot
So
vote.
the
but-
price is what we're concerned about, right?
Well, the 750 is set in stone, correct?
No.
I don't think that's.
Nothing.
No, because we
So why
can't.
don't we
Well,
just vote
It
tonight,
was
y'all?
$750 for the
It's not
first.
on the agenda, so we can't vote.
It
Oh,
was $750
This
for the
wasn't
first
supposed
hour.
to be for a vote. I thought the 750 was what it was, and if there was
Mhm.
additional hours, then we would go there. But now that we're talking about it,
And
like,
if
this
if we
is
wanted to
much
change it,
larger.
because you're saying 2 things. You're saying 750 and then a certain amount per hour,
That is-
or increase the 750 and nothing per hour, just
So that's
one
what I'm-
flat fee for the whole time.
That's an option.
But again, we don't, I'm not
You
even
made up-
clear
you
on
brought
if we
that up.
did say additional
For the
hours, I'm not
750
clear on what
hour.
that fee is or any.
We brought
That was
750.
your time.
It was 750, but what was the addition? I'm not even clear on
Maybe
what. the-
100
It may have
hours
been
an
think it was
200 per
100
hour.
It might
after.
have been 200 after, Ms. Renee's
I
saying
think
100.
I'm almost certain it was 100 because I
could
remember
be
us having.
wrong.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm just.
So 4 hours and then 100 additional.
Mhm.
I think we need to change that if that's the case.
Oh,
So isn't there a way you
I would
can
go
add
along with
something while you're in the
1%.
middle of a meeting? I thought.
we would have needed to amend the agenda.
Oh, only I thought it was something afterwards too.
Okay.
Okay.
And can I just do
sure.
one more? Okay. Also,
What did
on
you
your
do?
application, you identify a cancellation and refund policy that I would like for you all to perhaps revisit at some point in time. You're identifying that if a client gives you a 30-day window of time that you're willing, that you may give a refund. I am of the opinion that that's what I call being held hostage. If we have a date on the books and a promoter decides that he or she or they are not going to be able to move forward with the date, there is no refund. We can reschedule, but there is not a refund because what that has done in essence has put us in a position as to where we cannot take another date because there's not enough time in order for someone to promote. So that in essence, we fall off of the calendar for that date to be available to someone. So that's just something for consideration. Currently, it identifies that you may consider a refund. They have to, of course, give information in writing. I would probably just say that you may not have a refund.
Or we can just be non-refundable.
Exactly, non-refundable and just,
Yeah.
So
there's-
these are all things, there's a number of things it looks like we could possibly address and change in the application. I am unsure as to how long this will take because I am going to revisit the minutes and provide you all with all the information as a whole. Right now, I know Ms. Renee is looking to get this done as quickly as possible. If I need to bring it back for to the work session, then I will. If there's another way that I can find that we can get this done without coming back to the work session, then I will lean on the mayor as the CEO of the city to make like a final approval.
Well,
Just so that we can move
yeah, it's all in the minutes, so we strict with the minutes, what it says, right?
Yes, but I'm gonna still send a consensus out and see if anybody has any additional changes or suggestions.
But we
that
can't
they'd
change
like
it in the
to
consensus.
Streamline. No, you can't change it. It would just be a suggestion. At that point, it's gonna come to the work session for a vote.
And you said
But
it can
I
go to
do want
mayor
to-
if we don't vote?
If it is not so many changes, if I send it out to you all and you say, let's just go with what's in the minutes, then at that point, we don't need a vote. And I can just say, Mayor Reynolds, do you agree that we can make whatever additional changes are explicitly explained via the application X, Y, and Z? She can give me a final sign off without a vote. If we need to make significant changes in fees, changes in the refund policy per se, then that is something that will come back to you all.
Well, let's just let the mayor do it, so let her make the decision. Why we gotta keep on bringing this up? You know, I hate that we keep talking about the same, and it's not
policy
even-
changes or that it comes before council. That's really the only reason. If I can avoid bringing it back before you all, I will.
and, you know, that's the only frustrating thing, is that, and Ms. Renee know all this already. So it's just constantly coming back, peeling away all
Renee
the
knows
stuff we
what
voted
already.
on, and you was here when we did it.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
you know, all the stuff.
But we
you know
haven't used
voted
her in a
on.
whole year.
No, I'm not talking about, I'm talking about you understood with all the stuff we voted on, what we wanted to be done.
How does she remember nobody?
All right, y'all didn't even remember.
No.
It's in
The
writing.
the
All right, we
reason
just
that
wait
we're
for it.
here, no, the reason that we're here is that the application does not reflect what we said,
But we should be.
but it doesn't.
All right.
I hear
that might have
you.
been through our transition. but
Okay.
That's when that we were transitioning from
Yeah.
another clerk to.
Let's just pull the minutes and fill it
Mhm.
in with that. And I think everything will be solved. I don't
All
even
right.
know what we have to talk
God
about.
bless you, Renee.
God bless.
Yeah.
you.
God
I'm sorry,
bless
Miss
you.
All
Renee,
that's
I just
done.
had a quick question. The Mikey, what's his name?
Mikey
Sparkle.
Sparkle.
Did he give an idea of his time frame? I'm just curious.
We gave him his time frame. He has to end by, I think we said 8 p.m.
Okay.
We
I
got
got
the
so I
end
was
part, but
curious.
what about the beginning part?
He's from 12 until 8 as far as his actual event.
So could we have a fee just from 12 to 8, excuse me, y'all?
No, because he still has to set up.
Yeah,
So-
would maybe we could give hours for setup, maybe
I mean,
3
how-
hours, excuse me,
So-
maybe
Go ahead.
3 hours just to set up. Or, I mean, they could come in at, they could come in at 9 if they just setting up. Just don't turn no music on until the event begins. When you want to start testing it. If you want 8 hours, I would say let's give an 8-hour fee and let them set up. Because what else are we gonna do from 9 to 12? But let them set up.
How about
If we got a flat fee, you know what I'm saying? What do you think?
Thank you.
If you got
That's
a
what I
flat
was
fee,
saying,
if you
have
need
a
to increase
flat
to
fee.
750,
Instead
Two.
of trying to go on and on, that's what I was saying
15
earlier.
to 2,000, just give them the 8 hours. How much you think he should pay for the 8 hours
That's
from
it.
12 to 8 and let him set up? Because he have the whole day anyway.
All right, I got a question. So can he play music from 8 to 12?
To 8 o'clock in the
8 to
morning?
8 at night, yeah,
8 o'clock in the morning?
correct.
No, he's setting up. He don't
So-
have the accommodations to stop playing music
So,
until the stuff is set
right,
up.
so that's, we gotta make sure, because you could set up all day and have music blasting all day.
He can set up from whatever time he wants to get there in the morning till 12 o'clock. His event starts from 12 to, he's paying for the whole day anyway.
So we gotta,
And
so,
we're not gonna be able to do anything, with that part at that morning.
so the disturbance for the citizens, that's what I'm saying. If we're gonna give them, the citizens 8, 6, 10 hours of
8 hours,
music.
8 hours,
No,
from
no.
12 to 8, what
All
they're
right.
paying for.
So that's why we gotta identify that. We can't just say, you got all day to set up. I turn on the speakers and we're gonna be setting up
How
till.
much time they normally take to set up? 3 to 4 hours?
It's just a DJ.
No, he has.
First, can I say something real quick?
He has a concert.
First,
Mhm.
when you set up, don't you have to turn your music on to
Mhm.
test it?
Test
Sound
Yes.
check.
Yeah, so
Mhm.
you telling me that I gotta wait, this is me talking.
Yeah.
I gotta wait to 12 o'clock to test my music.
If you can start at 11 o'clock and then.
I don't even
turn
wanna
on-
fool-
You can test it,
I don't even
maybe
wanna
not
fool
at
with
the
y'all.
high- Maybe not the highest.
I wouldn't even wanna
I
fool with
worked-
y'all.
So can I-
worked in a concert
Mm-mm.
venue. You don't test for 3 hours.
Okay. Can I
But
just
test the
maybe
mic.
they're going to test for 3 hours. And
You
that-
could.
But I feel like Ms. Miller and the new application that is getting ready to be done, that should specify that she as
Right.
the,
Manager.
she should be able to clarify that with them. All of that should come into play. All of it as a whole should come into play. A part of the package. Not, not trying to be disrespectful,
So, yeah,
Councilman.
right. No, you're not. I mean,
But
We're
just
trying to
all
get
of,
it
all
done.
of this should come in the package. What's what? And I'm sure she will make it known to them.
So let me go another thing, because remember, we're supposed to be preserving the green space, the
Mhm.
park. So now it's become a muddy parking spot. Now we're dealing with that.
You don't want this to happen, do you?
I
Just
don't
say
like
it.
that. I know what it is.
Just say it. Say I don't want to rent the park in the back. Just say it.
How about having a nice thing and we know what it's about.
Well, where would they park if we do something
I don't
differently?
know.
Okay, let me just ask, okay, so while you all are
Wanna go
reviewing
ahead?
that information, on your application, there's also a reservation fee. There's a section that talks about a reservation fee, which is the reservation use fee is $200 per hour. I wouldn't be able to justify that to a client because I don't know what
Mhm.
that means, in all honesty. And then it says there's a setup fee that's $200 per hour. That may be something that you want to remain, but then you have to identify how many hours. So what happens, and I'm only sharing this with you from
Excuse
a,
me, Renee.
Yes.
So all was that in the application? Why are we talking about that?
because what's the reservation use fee?
To set up, right?
So
To
what's the
reserve the
these are
date.
two
Oh,
different
reservation,
fees.
and then you say the setup fee, right?
Mhm.
So that we have all
Ashley,
that in
can I see
place.
yours?
And this is all from the same one that said $200 for the rental.
Right.
So we're
So they
trying
have
to
to do
ensure that all the information that's in here is accurate so that we can put the information out.
Okay.
I have a recommendation that we do a special call meeting specifically for this once Ashley has had time to go over past minutes. And then that way we have some time to process everything we talked about tonight and start fresh. That's my
I'll call the meeting.
Okay.
All right, no problem.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, you
And
all
can
are.
we have one of these when y'all call the meeting so we can
Yeah,
look
I
and see?
Everything for you.
All right,
Electronic and paper.
I'm gonna give you some notes. You all have a great one. I hope you all had a good Easter.
Yes.
Yes.
Happy Resurrection Day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. And the city administrator report is complete, right? You're done? All right. Mayor's report, pretty much same thing. Bruce Street Day was great. I'm proud of the Lithonia Police Department. Y'all rock. Yay. The Easter egg hunt was magnificent. What else? The appointments, thank you too. We already got that done. I have a question. Miss Ashley, do I need something signed by them to put in our record, or because I didn't do it in the previous year? Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Other than that, that's all I have as far as the mayor's report. Any council member? Oh, City Week. That's right. I said that. Yeah. So Cities Week is April.
The 21st to the 27th.
Okay. So we decided not to have something every day, but have something maybe, was it 2 or 3 days out the week? Yeah.
One is a bingo night, maybe a bingo/movie night. That was kind of in the works, also, of course, past our city police resolution. That was kind of the only three things we discussed, but.
Wait, Cities Week resolution?
Yeah, there's a resolution for the city. Basically, the city of Lithonia acknowledging that we are, it's an every year it's done.
But that's not an event, right?
Not really, but it's an acknowledgement, which is a part of that. So that was just the three things that we discussed. So the bingo, maybe a movie night, and then also a city cleanup.
Yeah.
If you guys were interested in doing more,
Okay.
So did we discuss, I was on the call, I didn't hear none of this. Shutting down Main Street and having some people playing some music and having vendors up and down the street, none of that?
No, we didn't talk about that.
Because we didn't plan far ahead of time.
Not far ahead, because we already in April. Okay.
I got a question. What if I was to ask, you all remember the car club that came one year? If they got availability, you want me to ask and see if we can do like a car show or something? Okay, we'll see.
And if we have some money in the budget, like what we do around Halloween, where you have like the 360 video, and we
Okay.
have like food trucks and well, I don't know if we can pay for that, but maybe they'll come out for free.
Mm-hmm.
The food trucks,
Yeah,
they normally pay us.
Okay.
Yeah, they pay like, that's
Beautiful.
like a vendor fee.
that's right, a vendor fee. So we can have that
Mhm.
with the car show,
That's what
and
I was thinking.
a 360, and I don't know, bingo. I mean, what's the game the seniors like to play on last time? Was it bingo?
Bingo.
Bingo, and I don't know, whatever else y'all could think of.
They might can come out and do some dancing. We have some
Oh, yeah, that's
chair
definitely.
dancing and steppers.
Okay.
And then for
Alright.
movie night, I guess we could do it in here
Like we did last
last
time.
time.
Okay.
Okay, so we never got a projector where we could use the side of the building and use the Carter, the brick, down on the bricks.
Mhm.
We ain't got that
We ain't there yet.
yet. We ain't ready.
I don't know. We ain't there yet. We will be.
But we can't play bingo. I'd rather play bingo outside. If the weather.
Mr. Doug?
Make a suggestion, what I've done before, I had one day a box truck. Like you had a white box truck, I had a park at every shop, and when I'm downtown, I can use the projector on the side of the box truck.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's good.
Parking lot out there, just have projectors, so they take a lot. On the box truck, I can take on the box truck.
Wow. Okay.
You can do that on Main Street.
Where we get the box truck from?
Across the street over there.
Oh,
I mean, I got clients that own trucking.
It's a big white box truck.
Okay.
If we park the box truck over by where the barbecue place is,
What, Vines?
what, Bon's
Right
barbecue?
across the street. And then we could sit in the corridor and look toward that way, toward the movie, then, because we got our little city hall right there, we could,
Oh, you talking about where the little common area is?
yeah, where the bricks are. I call it
Oh,
on the
yeah.
bricks.
Oh, okay.
So, because we have our seating, a lot of seating
Mhm.
there, people could bring their own lawn chairs, we could put it there, we could run popcorn from the city hall down there, and play bingo there too.
Yeah, that's true. What's on that wall on City Hall? You know where the old City Hall is? It used to be a mural, but isn't it painted over?
No, it's still, I thought it had a little mirror, no, it's painted.
I think so.
Is it
I think
white?
it's painted on.
Mhm.
A grayish.
We have to look.
Got to look and see. Okay. You got all that? Okay.
Yeah, I would rather be outside.
Okay.
As long as the weather permits.
Okay. What's the dates again, Miss Amelia? Okay. Towards the end of April. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Anything else? That was mayor's report. Thank y'all.
How close are we to the lookbook, you think?
Lookbook, I will talk with William tonight for you. He got all the information. He's seen the previous look of it, so he knows what you need. Yeah. So he said it'll be this week. I just need to find out.
And then we'll have to discuss how we're gonna pass it out.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
So we'll probably have to have some music too, so we have to have that in our budget to pay. Or some little music going on.
For Cities Week.
Mhm.
Oh, you want to DJ? We can get that from Salt and Pepper or either Chico.
Right, if we're gonna have, food trucks, are we gonna have food trucks? No, yes, no.
It depends on what we can find. I'll talk to Miss Renee and see who she got, because she gets a lot of
'Cause I know
food truck
one
vendors.
person that's anxious to bring up the truck out.
Truck, okay.
Yeah, from the center.
Oh, cool. Okay, good.
She serves down at the center. She has a food truck. She's a very good cook. Nice cuisine. So
Okay,
yeah, she serves out food and she doctors it up.
okay. Sounds good.
I'm sure she can make some grits.
She made some grits one time.
Maybe if we serve grits down on the park, you'd be more.
Yeah. Well, as long as it's quiet. As long as I can't hear it from my
Any
house.
council member update, starting with Miss Howard, Councilwoman Howard.
Oh, about that. No, I didn't go to Bruce Street yesterday. I did see that from my house that everything was running smooth. The music wasn't too loud, so it seems like everything was running well. I guess I was kind of recuperating.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, nothing for me.
Any update?
No. I
No
was
New
out of
Orleans
town this
update?
week. No, I was down there this weekend, but that's
Okay.
ate some good food. That's about it.
All righty. Did you just have a birthday? You had a birthday?
Yes.
Yeah,
No,
I
happy
posted,
belated
I
birthday.
posted you last week. I was like, when was her birthday? I know it was this week. Oh, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Welcome. All right. Mayor Pro Tem?
No updates. I'm glad that we were all able to register for GMA conference. So I look forward to that. And I'm hoping that we can get everything kicked off with this lookbook and Cities Week. So
We will.
Yeah.
We
Get more
will.
people up in here, you know.
Yep, yep.
I the citizen over at Pine Mountain, they are making everybody aware. They're still dealing with the music. It has started back up. I want to talk to you already know
It's over,
Pine Mountain,
yeah.
Rock Chapel,
Yeah.
whichever way you know this.
North Carolina Road,
Uh-huh.
it's outside the city. I know that.
And so, like some of the citizens, we've been trying to handle it on our own. As far as people have talked to the chief, the chief of police, other chief of police over at the East Precinct last year, we didn't get any type of feedback. And I know people was sharing with me they had wanted to talk to you, but I did let them know it's in unincorporated Lithonia. Probably what we would have to do is go to one of the commissioners meeting and make not just one, but all of them aware, because I think it's two people over that district that, somebody need to do something rather than it keep happening over and over. And I also throw something out to Chief about maybe 2 weeks ago on Johnson Street. There is a lot on the left-hand side. That lot is empty. And I told Chief I would like to suggest to council that lot be used, since it's owned by Lithonia, be used as a park for the kids that live in that area. Because when you turn, and that's up above, I think up above where your daughter live at. below there. And I thought it would be nice because you cannot, during the summer, it's already hot. The kids are already out there, and there will be a place right there in their own neighborhood that across the street from where they live that, we could utilize that for them. Maybe temporarily, but something for the summer to keep them occupied and, something nice.
You know, you got Bruce Street Park right there.
I do,
They
but
take the
they
walk
very,
over.
if you drive through there as often as I do, I thought about that. Most of the time, and that's another thing, I'm glad you mentioned that. And that's all the more reason to utilize that because a lot of time the people on Bruce Street, Center Street, over here by Lithonia Middle Street and the apartments across the street, we're not exactly all coming together. And then that way they can come together, if we can get the parents involved, other people involved, just saying, let's bring the kids together, let's do this. And we talked about doing the tennis. Could we get the tennis, the net put back over there? So, because it's they need something. A lot of things jump off in the summertime when it's real hot.
And there's
No.
nothing to do.
Right, and so this would give them something to do. And also, if we utilize it, whether it be permanent or temporary, it'll be something to get the parents involved. And I know when I turn that corner, when I make that left, I have to be very conscious that, the kids, it's one little boy so cute, but he liked to play right at that corner with a basketball. Look like he's about 4 or 5 years old. And that, and I just said it's too dangerous. So, we could do something. And if code enforcement can help me to send me to a go-to person with the cab for Pine Mountain over there about that music, because we need to know, do they have a license to use it as a truck stop? And on the weekend, they're using it like to party all night.
You can't have it noise. They got it.
And some of the people that called me Saturday night, they was asking me, well, what are you doing? I said, well, I'm doing just like everybody else over there. I'm calling the police. And the first thing they said, well, they don't come out. I said, they kept.
So they're only gonna go out there if you say you'll keep them out there.
Okay. Oh, well, that's good because I'm sure if maybe that's something we can do. Maybe the whole community can go meet them out there. So.
Kind of like what they would do for the city's park,
Okay,
the back of the
But
park.
the-
Same kind of loud music,
it is.
right? So you got a whole summer of music all weekend.
Excuse me, can I interject something here?
Mhm.
I was thinking maybe over by the park, we could put maybe children at play, slow down. Maybe we need some warning signs, since you say the little kids. And I did see today, kids are coming out to the park now that we have it all fixed up and looking pretty and stuff.
And that's why I said it would be nice for the kids right over
They
here.
have another park
Because a lot of times they don't have the older brother or sister
to take,
or the grandmother, right? And it's just right across the street.
but they need somebody. Can't send.
Right, and then they had sometimes they had a basketball rim sitting in the driveway, and they're still out in the street. So this way is sort of get them, they have their own little thing, and then maybe the kids from Bruce Street might become interested, and they might, just start interacting more with each other.
All right.
And we do it too,
I just want to pick it back off what you're saying. I thought that area, I don't know if y'all remember, I thought it was going to be used, the lot on Johnson Street, to connect with the path.
It is.
Oh, okay. Okay. And I did want to mention one more thing, Mayor, because I forgot. I walk the path on Johnson Street a lot, and it needs some help. The trash cans are completely full, and people are just dumping stuff over there. I know that's probably a Mr. Munson thing, but if you're able to tell them.
The Reggae Mountain Path.
Is that what it's called? Yeah, on Johnson Street.
Yeah.
It's in bad shape.
Alrighty. Something was said. Pine Mountain. I saw someone this morning. They brought up Pine Mountain Road. They said that there is a street light that keeps going on and off, on and off. So I remember we always called Georgia Power for that, right? So I told them to do the same thing. So I'm just making sure that's correct. Okay. All
And
right.
you need a light coming off of Smoky Road and Rochester. Rochester at night, you cannot see.
What's the street?
Uh-huh.
About not down to like that.
You cannot, at nighttime, you cannot see, and, it's,
At Smoky Road, Pine Mountain, Pine Mountain, Rochester,
I think it's Rochester, Smoky Road.
and Pine Mountain.
And there was a light there. There was a light, but it's so dark at night, and you
Okay.
got people walking back and forth. I almost hit two people.
Oh.
I'm serious, you know, and I just said we need some type of,
I got
that
you.
light to be put back up.
Okay.
And there's no sidewalks over there. It's a dangerous place to walk.
It is because it's a curve,
Yeah,
and you cannot see. Once you're in that curve,
that's right.
you stuck.
Okay. All right. All right. Anything else? Any more updates? Information? All right. Is there a need for executive session? I understand that is correct. Real estate. All right. I need a motion to go in executive session, please.
I make a motion to go into executive session for real estate.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Uh,
Any opposed? All right. Ayes have it. Thank you so much. All right. The public, we'll see you guys later. Our new commissioners, what we gonna call them? Commissioners of LDDA.
What is Miss
Thank you for the second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. Thank you so much. All right, council, we are back at our normal city council meeting work session. It is now 7:41 p.m. Today is still April 1st. And at this present time, there is no action in our executive session due to real estate. Can I get a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, ayes have it. Thank you so much. Meeting adjourned.